Hello friends, how you doing today? Welcome to my channel and welcome to hashtag Let's Use Paper Bags. Yeah, so this is the second Friday of crafting. We had the announcement was the first, and then the crafting last week where we made or decorated a paper bag on February 11th, last Friday. And today is bag with a matching tag. So the easy thing, and everyone's welcome to do this, and of course you're welcome to do anything you want. You don't have to even go by our prompts. You can just do what you want, something to do with a bag, right? But anyway, the easy thing would be to just take a bag, the bag you made or decorated last week, and add a tag to it, right? That's what I'm doing. So, and next week is going to be make a bag journal and decorate the cover. So what I'm doing, just as a kind of a little clue as to what I'm doing is I'm just going to make the cover next week, the cover of a paper bag journal. I'm not going to make the whole journal, you know what I mean? I'm going to try to, in fact, I'm thinking I'd like to make more than one paper bag cover to a paper bag journal, you know what I mean? So that's my plan for next week. Because I have a couple bags, paper bags I really would like to make a journal out of. I was like, I wonder if I could make two. So we'll see. It's hard to get everything done in a 30-minute video, but we'll see what we can do with that. But if you're new to my channel or new to just now seeing this Open Collab, it's an open collab, so you can join in. Like if you're just now seeing it, go ahead, you can join in. Welcome to join in this week. Welcome to catch up with the prompts. Welcome to just do it next week. Whatever you want to do. All of this information will be in my description box. All the participants that you can check out and get ideas and look at the awesome things that they created. Susan from Susan Hiles Art is my co-host. So it's me and Susan are the hosts of this collab. And just make sure you post on the Friday of the date in the description box. Use the hashtag Let's Use Paper Bags and subscribe to Susan and I's channel and link our channels. And if we don't know about you, if we find you or you let us know at any time, we'll link your channel. You know what I mean? So let's get started on this week. So here's my bag. I progressed a little bit from last week, and I said I thought it looked like a mail holder, and some of you agreed with me. So yeah, that was kind of pretty funny. But here it is. I added to the pocket, so I'm kind of making it. I decided to make it like kind of like a loaded pocket, but it's a bag pockets here. So I'm not going to take this. I guess I'm not going to take this out right now because I'm not done with it. But if you can see this bottom pocket here, I had added this little window here, like a little book plate. And in it, I added, and it's not glued in or anything, so it can be taken out, but I added a little, it's like a little thing of Post-its with words on it, and they all said good finds. And here it is right here. I just slipped it in there. It's tight, but I did get it in there, and it probably can be taken out or something put over it. I have lots of little bits in here. There's a little envelope right here. There's lots of little file folder in here. Lots of tiny things. And then I did the same thing up here. Lots of little tags and things. And here you can see all the strings coming out. But like I said, I'm not going to take that out right now because I'm going to work on our tag for, matching tag for our bag. And it actually doesn't really even have to be matching. It just can be whatever you think goes with your bag, right? So, and I left a back plain, so this could be glued down onto a page. In fact, if your paper bag cover for your journal that you're going to make next week is big enough, you could put this inside, you know what I mean, if your paper bag's big enough. So, yeah, that's a possibility. So, I kind of wanted to use these pieces last week on a paper bag, and I didn't end up doing it. As you could see, they're still here. And I don't think I showed them or anything. I just had them here on the side for use, but I think they're so pretty and I like this together. So I want to make this into my tag. So I have to make it narrow enough to fit inside this bag. So I think I'm going to, first of all, cut this piece of paper a little bit so I can see what I have to work with. And then I'm going to back it with some file folder. So there may be some sewing involved here. And okay, so I cut that. Let's see if this fits in here. This is kind of a It's a small bag. Oh yeah, that fits perfect. Okay. So let's put this to the side, get rid of this. I can probably cut some little hearts out of that maybe. I don't know, it might be a little small though. Trying to decide if it's trash or a scrap box. Okay, so I just have this coffee dye file folder in my scraps. And see, I want a nice, this is where the little lines are in the file folder. I don't really want that right now. So I'm going to put it over here. I'm going to go ahead and glue it down here. Let's see, let me just use some some art glitter glue because it's just paper and file folder. I had this upside down over there in my pencil holder, so I hope that it's ready for me, and I think it is. I still think it feels like it's a little, you know, having to squeeze pretty hard here. I think it's a little, maybe a little blocked, but it's at the end, you know what I mean? Don't have very much left in here. Let me get these edges real good. So I might sew around this too. I think I might because I just, you know, I do like to sew around things. And let's see, these birds have, I'm trying to think, I have black thread in my sewing machine right now. And these birds have some black in them that I just showed you. So I think I can go with my black thread. And I like black thread. I kind of like black thread almost no matter what. Oh, I just made a little wrinkle there. Let me see if I can get that out. Yeah, because it stands out and it makes a little kind of decorative border around whatever you're working on. Okay, so I got that. Let me go ahead and cut this out so that I can also, I just like to see what I'm working with, make sure, like, now that I have the file folder on there, make sure it's still the right size to fit inside this bag, because I don't want to make a tag and then it ends up not fitting inside the bag, if you know what I mean. And I pulled these out. I was looking through my ephemera stash and I found these. They are file folder covered with, I don't know, coffee dyed paper. I don't know, probably just some scraps. But I was like, and there's a little number 5 I see I stamped on there, but they were in there like this. I'm like, well, what am I doing with this? They're kind of plain. I need to do something with that. So let's see now, where did I put my stuff? Okay. Okay, so we got this here, and I'm going to cut this, trying to stay organized, but I'm almost like too organized, right? I can't find my stuff. Oh, goodness. Yeah, I cleaned up before. I had a mess here from something else I was working on before I was getting started today, because it was late at night, kind of late at night, not so late, but I had other things to do that night, you know, besides work in my craft room, and I just didn't have time. I just literally, I worked, I remember that night I worked on things until like midnight, and I was like, okay, I don't have time to clean up. I have to go to work tomorrow. I need to go to sleep now. You know, so I just left it, and then I cleaned up just before this video, and it just makes me feel so much better to start with. Even though there's still some things sitting around like that, it's things I'm working on and they're organized. So it just makes me feel so much better. Yeah, I think I'll like this better sewing around too. I think it'll make it nice and like tidy around the edges. That's just me. You don't have to do that. Okay, so here's the flower. Now this is I cut out from a greeting card. And I really, look how pretty that is. Got a little bit of glitter on there. It's already decorated for me. Isn't that pretty? So, and it goes, so it really stands out on this green. This is just, it was scrapbook paper, but it was papery scrapbook paper, not cardstock. I'm going to have to cut off a little bit, or I can leave it. No, it won't fit in the bag then, will it? Let me see. Yeah, see, it's nice and narrow for the bag, but yeah, no, I'm going to have to cut these off here and down here. But I think I like it just like that. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that so I don't have to put glue on there and waste my glue. So let's cut that. And this. See, it still looks really pretty. Okay, and then since this is very kind of thick and it's got some it's kind of like almost embossed a little bit on there too. So definitely need some strong glue to get in all those grooves and hold this down. I actually hope it holds down well. since it is kind of so cardstocky, since it is from a card, right? But this Fabri-Tac should do the trick if I get enough on there. This is getting toward the end too. I do have some backups though. I like to have backups. We do even do that in our pantry. Like, we have one ketchup in the refrigerator and we have a backup in the pantry. I guess most people probably do that, but yeah. My husband's like, do we have a backup? You know, he's like that too. He's like, gotta have a backup. I'm like, I know, I want a backup too. Don't worry. If I see it, you know, we took out the last one, I go ahead and get another one for the pantry type of thing. Like, don't worry, we got our backups. We're not gonna run out of ketchup. So, okay, so this was right on the edge here. Right on the edge because, yeah, the flower was on the edge and the little birdie tail was on the edge. Oh, that's sticking down good. Yeah, no problem there. Let's get this top part. All these little kind of like intricate bits here of the flower. Let me press that down real good. Because you know, I mean, you could sew around that edge. You know, if I had to, I would do that. But then I would want to put another layer back here to cover up the stitching, right? Let me get a little binder clip here. Let me get a binder clip. Yeah, I think that's what I need to help hold this down. I'm going to put this right here. Now, I do be careful not to glue down my binder clip. You know, if there's extra glue sticking out, you could glue your binder clip down and then end up, when you try to get it off, you could end up pulling up your whole thing there, or part of it. Okay, so this might need a binder clip. Let me see if it needs more glue, actually. I think it needs a little bit more glue. Hold on, let me see what I got here. Let me see. It was oozing out a little bit, so I got a little bit here I can put under there. Okay, now I'm gonna see. I don't want it on my tag. Okay, let me get something to wipe my fingers off now. I got a tissue behind me. Okay, I might put a binder clip there too. So yeah, this is going to be my tag. And okay. Yeah, this is a little hard to glue down, this piece of card. I can see it. I could end up sewing around it, but we'll see if we can get it to stick down. Because I think I put plenty of glue on it. It just, I could just tell when I was saying that, you know, that's why I was saying that I'm going to make sure I use Fabri-Tac and get in all the grooves here. It just looked like that kind of thing that would be hard to really glue down flat, but it was so pretty I wanted to use it. Okay, do I need any more binder clips here? Well, I'm going to be sewing here, actually. And this little bird's tail sticking out a little bit too far, but I might get that in a minute. And this should actually be glued down now. You know, I might catch that a little bit too on the sewing. I think I'm going to use a straight stitch. I think I'll go ahead and do that now. And then if I need the binder clip, I'll put it back on there. Let's wipe some of that glue off. Okay, so I'm going to sew on it and I'll be right back. Okay, so I did go ahead and sew around with a straight stitch all the way around, and it did catch the flower here and the bird and a little bit of the flower up here, and over here you can see it caught the tail. So anyway, down here, and then I just went ahead and sewed some lace on the top here as the topper while I was sewing with a little zigzag stitch across there, made it all nice and secure. And so I'm going to say this might be done. I might look for a word real quick, maybe a little word to put down here, but I might just leave it like this. Here's the back with the, this is why I like the, you can write on here, but this is why I like the coffee dyed file folder, because it makes a pretty back, you know, on things or whatever you use it on. So I have some words here. Let's see. So let me see my colors here. We've got, I don't think, so as you, well, I did want to mention, see how the prompt is bag with a matching tag. This doesn't like, it's not matchy like color wise. I just went with like a springy, like this is a bright kind of springy look, I thought, and this is a springy look. So maybe it's matching by theme and not color. I'm going to go with that. So let's see, here's a scrap. But I don't know if anyone, I have words in here too. So this would go dark green word, and some of these would actually work too, wouldn't they? Okay, let's keep these, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time. The first word I see, I'm going to put on here that I think will fit and I like, right? So I kind of like these dark green ones. That would show up the most on here. And let me look in here real quick too, though, because I went through on the last Friday's video, I showed you where I have a little basket of small bits that I just throw in there and I don't know what to do with it. I went through that and I found a bunch of words, so I put them in. This is my little word box, so I put all the words, and I found these little letters and things like that in there. And I found these too in there, which are like little banners, but I thought, wouldn't these be, a good background for a word? You know, these little banners, you could even cut them in half and layer words on them. So I went ahead and put them in here too. And so let's see what I have in here. No. I'll read it to you if it's worth reading. No. Oh, I actually don't even like what those say. Let's see. I especially don't like this one. Let me throw that one away. These are just printed words from a digital kit. I'm not going to put that one. I don't like, it's kind of like, I don't know. Sometimes if you don't like it, you don't like what it says, why keep it in your stash, right? Some of these are too big. I just want to look through here real quick. So there were some cute things I put in here this morning. Let's see, like I said, the first thing I see, that goes. I just want to look in here real quick because here's something, miracles. Oh, I love that. Okay, there we go. I told you the first thing I see. That's usually what I like to do, because otherwise it could just take me like an hour or 30 minutes or something, or even 15 minutes to pick out a word. Since I'm going to possibly be going over this little cardstock piece here, I'm going to use some Fabri-Tac in order to make this glue down and hold over everything that it might be going over. So let me see. I'm not putting more Fabri-Tac. I'm kind of just spreading the Fabri-Tac out to the edge here with my nozzle so I don't have to use my fingers. Okay, it says miracles, and I just cut that out from, what is it, a book or a magazine? Feels like I don't know, one of those. Isn't that cute? So birds are like little miracles, aren't they? Nature, how it all works. Spring and the seasons. That's what the thought I'm going here with. One word. All of that buried into one little word here. Yes. Perfect. Yep, I had just cut that out from something like a magazine. It had printing on the back, or a book, and thrown it in my little bits box. But then this morning I saw the words in there. I was like, why are my words in here? I have a word box. But I had made my word box since I've made that little bit box, bit basket. So there, that really completes it, doesn't it? It needed that, and there you go. Okay, so let's put it in our bag, and then we're going to try to decorate. We have a few minutes left, but there we go. See, I wanted the topper sticking out the top here, like that. So super fun. And then let's see, these are the two plain pieces that I want to decorate, and I have another. Let me get rid of my words here. I have my Tim Holtz here, like little bits of Tim Holtz, not my, actually don't have my flowers here, but I have scraps here, and I have this is from my gnome book. I like the font on here, and these flowers right here are so pretty. I thought maybe I could put some of these on these, just cut this out, or even tear it out and just use it to decorate these little cards here. So I like this one. This is my favorite. Let me, I like to do straight tears. So I'm going to tear this one out right here. Yeah, this is from my gnome book. And that I used. I used it a couple weeks ago in a project on video. So there's a gnome project. I don't know if I was making tags or what. This says elder blossoms right there. It's way too big right now, but I want the flower. I might have to, I wonder if I could put it like that. I can do whatever I want, right? And this is just totally blank, so let's, I'm gonna do this. Because I don't necessarily want the words. Sometimes I didn't read these words, and they're mostly describing this herb. But in that gnome book, it gets a little, if you have that gnome book, you know what I'm talking about. It can get a little weird. It really can. When I looked at some of the pictures, I was like, oh my goodness, what is going on here? These are supposed to be fun little gnomes, and they're kind of, they're risque little gnomes. So if you have that gnome book, I love the ones that I love, but some of them I wouldn't ever use. I'm like, what in the world did I buy here? But the good is the good is good, and the bad is you just don't have to use it, right? So that's why I'm like, I don't care if I tear off the words here. There could be something risque in there. You never know about this gnome book. So yeah, I'm just going to go with what I have left after I tear this. I want some words, and as much as the little herb as I can get here. So, and this will be, I would like to sew around the edges too. So let's see. See, that would be so much prettier. And you have your words, you have your herb, kind of like flowers, floral, and I think I can glue this down with some of this art glitter glue real quick, and then we'll do the other one. I should be able to get these done if I work quickly in my 30-minute allotted time that my camera lets me record. And then, see, it is a little, when I tear it like that, it's just kind of a straight tear, so I wanted it straight so I could get it on here nicely, and then I can sew around, and but I still have a jagged edge, you know what I mean? So, and my corners are a little, I need to just trim my corners. I don't think I need I do have my corner rounder here, but these corners are already rounded. I just need to cut off the tip of that paper I just put on here. It's kind of sticking out over my corners. It's just, you know, you could leave it. I want to see my corners. Okay, so I'm going to sew that in a second, and that'll be done. And I'm going to put that in my paper bag too, as an addition. And so this one here, I would like to try to leave my number 5 there. So, and I kind of would like to use this sunflower right here. I got a nice jagged edge here from where I probably tore it out of the book. So let me just tear, let's see, trying to see where I can, let me tear maybe on this side, because I can't see under the page there. Let me see, I think that looks a little crooked. And I may have to tear again, but I need to get this off so I see what I have left here. Okay. Now the top, see, I want it right about right there. Okay, see what we have left. That's going to look cute, right? That's going to look pretty. Got my little, whatever that is, stinging nettle. Oh, I didn't know stinging nettles had that pretty flower on it. Usually you kill them before they bloom, right? Because if you touch them, they hurt your hand. If you get those in your yard, which I have seen them in, I don't know if they're really so much in my yard. I think I have seen them in the yard though. Okay, let me glue this down. That is so pretty, and I even got the name there. Isn't that cool? Wow, I like that. See, there's a gnome on the back. Okay. Now, I didn't mind covering him up because I love the herbs so much. When I saw that page, I was like, I have to do something with the herbs. They're so cute, so pretty. I'm covering up the 5. That's okay. I think it's, you know, I think it looks better with just a whole, if I tried to cut that out, it would look weird. So, and it has a nice jagged edge here that I left from where I took it out of the book. That is actually really nice. I'm going to sew around these real quick with a straight stitch, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I finished stitching around those well, I'm going to call them tags now because I added toppers. They were like journaling cards, but I added toppers while I was sewing. So here they are. Here's the first one that I added this little piece of, like, this is like seam binding, but it kind of matched these little berries right here. So that's the one herb card that we did. There's the back. These just had plain file folder on them. And then here's the other one. I added some yellow rickrack to match the yellow flower on this one. This one also had the plain file folder, and I had to change my bobbin during the midst of sewing these, so I was like, I don't know if my bobbin's loose or what, but it was sewing a little weird. So I thought, well, let me just, because I did one stitch around, I was like, my bobbin is sewing weird, or my sewing machine is sewing weird now that I changed my bobbin. So I'm going to do messy stitching and see how that looks. And I think it turned out really cute, actually. If you never heard of messy stitching, it's just kind of going all kind of, wobbly like this. Like I did one stitch around, and then in my second stitch, I went in and out of the first stitch. And that's messy stitching. So yeah, it's, just a different something fun to do. And here's what the back looks like. Definitely messy stitching on the back, but you can still write there. So these, I believe, will all fit into my bag. And this is the bag where I left the gusset, So if you glue it down, you'll still be able to get your hand in there. And so this will fit. And you have your little topper sticking out of the top there. And then these will also fit, but they'll you could probably almost leave them so they go, so the topper sticking out at the top. But if they go down in there, you can, if it's glued down, on a page, I would turn the book around and then pull this up and get my hand down in there, reach down and get whatever. They are kind of staying up though right now. Anyway, so this is going to end up in my shop when I am done with it now. So this is going to end up in my shop. Probably when you see this video, it will already be in my shop. But I just wanted to show you the little bits real quick that are here. A little tag. I got threads on my fingers now. This has mushrooms on the front and back. I'm just going to do this really quick because I know I'm about to run out of time. This I got in Happy Mail. So I thought it was pretty, and it's small enough to fit in that pocket. This is one I made with it's a little bee. It's paper. It's not cardstock. Those two are cardstock. This is just a little flower punch. This is a little, like a piece of, this little booklet I made out of, this looks like ledger paper, and a little stamp, mushroom stamp. So those are all going to be in the top pocket. This did that, have the words on here. And in the bottom pocket, I'll put this all in after the video and when I put it in my shop, but it's got a little piece here, a little drilling card. This is a little tiny file folder. I've got a little die cut teacup here. A little bee tag, a flower cut out, and a little tiny envelope. So thank you for watching today. I hope you enjoyed, and check out all the participants, and I'll see you next time. Happy crafting.